We sent a passenger on the beautiful MSC Seaside, and they've come back with some secret tips we'd like to share with you about embarking this beautiful vessel. I'm Bill Panoff, and you're watching Cruise Control. Tip number one is arrival. Most guests want to get to the ship early and board the ship. Arrive after 1 o'clock to avoid the rush and board at a speedier rate. Number two, luggage. If you can fit everything into your carry-on, you can actually roll it on the ship and not have to wait until after dinner for your luggage to arrive. Tip number three, kids' wristbands. When you board the ship, go to deck 18 first and get the wristbands for your children. You can actually track them. The children's wristbands are a little bit thicker than the adult ones and harder to remove, and for a very good reason. Pick up the flyer for your kids' age group and you'll have all the activities for the week in hand. Number four, adult wristbands should be purchased for all adults at the front desk. These lines can get pretty long. I suggest you get a drink from the adjacent bar first. These wristbands actually replace your room key card, except for going ashore, of course. Once you have a wristband, place your key card in the slot in your cabin so you can keep the lights on and the air conditioning running and the power outlets on. Tip number five, add your credit cards to your account at the machine next to the front desk after you get your wristbands. If you don't, it's better to have cash because you can add it later. And number six, install the app MSC for Me before you leave your cellular coverage. Then put your phone in airplane mode and turn on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. If it installs in Italian, put your booking number in the first field, your last name in the second field to log in. And then tap the bottom right button, then the gear button, and change language to English. That's simple. If you have kid wristbands, you see tracking on the lower left. With Bluetooth on, you can self-locate and navigate around the ship. If you aren't on the ship's Wi-Fi, the app only has a couple of features, so you need to wait till you get on board for all features. Tip number seven, activate your Wi-Fi. And if it's not in your package, buy it. Listen, you're on vacation, so make it enjoyable and communicate with your family. Tip number eight, show reservations. Go to a touchscreen display board and reserve your shows. Tip number nine, your first dinner. If you show up on time to your first dinner in the main restaurant, you'll have a chance to meet your waiters and everybody's going to be serving you. And you can also inform them of any dietary needs you may have during your cruise. Tip number 10, I strongly recommend purchasing the photo pass before you even arrive on the ship. It's less expensive. I got mine for $149. The photo pass gives you full digital access to all photos of you and your cabin mates taken during the cruise. You'll get a card and you should present this each time your photo is taken. Tip number 11, coffee. If you're an early riser like me and you want to get coffee delivered to your room, just dial 99 and they will send coffee right to your room along with breakfast if you like. Tip number 12, the elevators. On the Seaside, they have over almost 5,000 passengers and 10 elevators. So the best way to get around from deck to deck, I strongly recommend, and it's healthier for you, is to take the stairs. So these are just a few tips from a passenger where we recently sailed on board the beautiful MSC Seaside. Stay tuned and subscribe by clicking down below. Every week we update the content and the stories and the features. I'm Bill Panoff, and again, you are watching Cruise Control.